Picture yourself standing in a forest unlike any you have ever seen. The air is damp with mist, the ground soft underfoot, covered in moss that glows faintly as though lit from within. There is no wind, no rustle of leaves, no call of birds, only silence so deep it hums in your bones. And then you see it. Rising before you, so vast that you cannot take it in all at once, is the tree. Not just any tree but the tree. Its roots vanish into shadow, curling through soil and stone, deeper and deeper until they seem to pierce the very heart of the world. Its trunk rises straight and smooth, as broad as a mountain, its bark silver gray and glistening with dew like morning stars. And above, far above, its branches stretch into infinity, so high that they disappear into a canopy of mist and light. This is Yggdrasil, the world tree, the axis of all existence, the living pillar that holds together everything that was, is, and ever shall be. The Norse did not picture their universe as a flat earth with a dome above it, nor as a globe hanging in the void. For them, existence was a living thing, a network of worlds strung together, and Yggdrasil was its backbone. It was not just a symbol but a reality, a cosmic being whose health and vitality determined the health of the 9 realms themselves. To speak of Yggdrasil was to speak of the very order of creation, of destiny, life, and death. Even its name carries mystery. Some say Yggdrasil means Odin's steed, a poetic way of remembering the time when Odin, chief of the gods, sacrificed himself upon this very tree. For 9 nights he hung there, pierced by his own spear, refusing food, refusing drink, staring into the abyss until the secrets of the runes were revealed to him. To others, the name means the terrible one's gallows, for the tree became both executioner and teacher, a place of death and rebirth. Whichever meaning you choose, both are grim reminders that wisdom always demands a price. Stand closer and you can almost feel it breathing. Its trunk is warm under your hand, thrumming like the heartbeat of some ancient creature. The roots nearest you vanish beneath a pool of crystal water, clear as glass, its surface smooth and still. This is the well of Ord, the most sacred of the 3 wells that feed Yggdrasil. Beside the pool sit 3 women, ageless, solemn, their faces calm yet full of power. They are the Norns, weavers of fate. One is young, her hair golden and her hands quick as she spins the thread of what shall be. One is dark-haired and steady, measuring what is now. And one is old as the hills, her hair white as frost, her fingers cutting threads with quiet finality, ending what must end. Day after day these 3 tend the tree. They scoop water from the well and pour it over the roots, ensuring that Yggdrasil remains strong and green despite all the things that seek to harm it. They carve runes into its bark, etching into the wood the destiny of gods and men alike. Every oath sworn, every betrayal committed, every hero who falls in battle, all of it is recorded here, written into the living memory of the cosmos. To the Norse, fate was not a thing you could escape, nor could it be tricked or bargained with. Even the gods are bound by the weaving of the Norns, and their fates are tied to this tree. From this root the trunk of Yggdrasil rises, stretching beyond the clouds, its branches forming a vast, sheltering crown that spreads over all the worlds. Each realm is a leaf, a fruit, a bud upon the great tree, nourished by its sap, held together by its strength. The second root reaches far to the east, into the rugged land of Jotunheim, where frost giants roam among the mountains. Here lies Mimir's well, the well of wisdom, guarded by the wise being Mimir. Its waters are so deep and dark that they reflect not just the face of the drinker but the very shape of destiny itself. Odin came here once, seeking knowledge of all things, knowledge of the past, present, and future. But Mimir demanded a price. Odin must give one of his eyes. And Odin agreed. He plucked out his own eye and dropped it into the well, leaving it to stare forever upward from the depths. In return, he drank deeply and gained the sight that no other god possessed, the ability to see what must come, even if what he saw filled him with dread. The third root runs down into the frozen mists of Niflheim, where no sun ever shines and the air itself bites like knives. Here, the well of Helheim bubbles with churning waters that feed all the rivers of the worlds. But here also lives Nidhogg, the dragon serpent, who curls himself around the root and gnaws it endlessly. His teeth are sharp, his hunger eternal. He seeks to bring the tree down, to unmake all that is. And he is not alone. Around him swarm countless other serpents, writhing and hissing, gnawing alongside him, an army of destruction that never rests. It is a strange thought, that the tree that sustains all life is also the tree that is forever under attack. But this too is the wisdom of the Norse. Life is not something that exists without struggle. It must be nourished, protected, and renewed every day, lest chaos overtake it. Yggdrasil is not a static monument but a living, breathing entity, constantly threatened, constantly enduring. If you listen closely, you may hear the sounds of the many creatures that make their home upon Yggdrasil. At the very top perches an eagle, massive and regal, its feathers glinting like bronze in the sun. Between its eyes sits a hawk, Vedrfolnir, watching keenly for anything that stirs in the 9 realms. Down below, scurrying along the trunk, goes Ratatosk, the squirrel messenger. He delights in running from the eagle to the dragon, carrying insults back and forth, stirring up their enmity. And far below, the serpents writhe, hissing as they chew. The tree is a universe of its own, filled with motion, conflict, and story. The gods themselves hold their councils beneath Yggdrasil's branches. Every day they ride their steeds to the base of the tree, to the well of Ord, where they decide matters of law and destiny. You can almost picture it. Odin seated upon his high throne, one-eyed and grim, his ravens Huggin and Munnin perched upon his shoulders, whispering to him the secrets they have gathered from the 9 realms. Thor stands nearby, Mjolnir resting across his lap, impatient for the chance to strike down some giant who has offended the gods. Balder, the Shining One, smiles gently, his very presence bringing light and peace. Even Loki might be there, sly and smiling, twisting words and whispering schemes. All of them are bound by this place, by this tree, by the fate that is woven here. The Norns never speak more than they must, but sometimes they give warnings, prophecies that chill the heart. They have spoken of a day that will come when Yggdrasil will shudder as though struck by a great wind. Its leaves will fall, its roots will groan, and the 9 realms will tremble. This day is called Ragnarök, the twilight of the gods. On that day the sky will split, the wolf Fenrir will break free of his bonds, the Midgard serpent will rise from the sea, and fire will sweep across creation. Even Yggdrasil will not be spared. But though this doom is foretold, the tree still stands. It still lives. The gods still gather, still act, still hope. And perhaps that is what Yggdrasil teaches above all, that even when destruction is certain, life goes on. The roots are still watered. The branches still grow new leaves. The creatures still climb and scurry and gnaw. The tree continues its slow, patient existence, bridging heaven and earth, light and shadow, life and death. As you stand before it, you may feel a strange mixture of awe and unease. For Yggdrasil is beautiful, yes, but it is also vast beyond comprehension. It reminds you how small you are, how brief your life is compared to the span of the cosmos. And yet, it offers comfort as well. Because even in the face of chaos, there is order. Even in the face of death, there is renewal. The tree looms over you, eternal, unshaken. The Norns dip their water. The eagle watches from above. Ratatosk races along the bark. The roots drink deep from the 3 wells. And you know somehow that this is not the end of the story. You look upward to where the branches vanish into the sky, and you wonder what worlds they hold, what marvels they shelter. You take a breath and begin to climb. Hand over hand, you ascend the vast trunk of Yggdrasil, your fingers brushing against its bark, rough yet warm, as if the tree itself is aware of your presence. The air changes as you climb. The heavy stillness of the roots fades, replaced by a crisp wind that rustles through unseen branches. The higher you go, the more the light shifts. The mist clears, and above you the canopy glows like dawn breaking across an eternal sky. It is not just a climb upward. It feels as though you are climbing into the very fabric of existence, rising out of darkness toward illumination. And then, suddenly, the world opens up. You find yourself standing on a vast limb of the tree so wide it feels like solid ground beneath your feet. From here you can see what no mortal eye was ever meant to behold. The 9 realms spread out before you, suspended upon the branches like jewels strung along a web. Each one glimmers with its own light, its own life. The sight steals your breath. Closest to you lies Asgard, home of the Aesir. It shines like a city forged of gold, its halls rising tall and proud. At its heart stands Valhalla, the hall of the slain, where the roof is thatched with shields and the benches are filled with the warriors who died bravely in battle. You can almost hear the clatter of their feasting, the clash of their practice fights as they prepare for the final battle of Ragnarök. The Bifrost, the rainbow bridge, stretches from Asgard like a shimmering arc, connecting it to Midgard below. It is said to blaze with such fire that unworthy beings cannot cross it without being burned. Beyond Asgard lies Vanaheim, the realm of the Vanir gods, masters of fertility, prosperity, and the mysteries of Seer, the magic of fate. Unlike Asgard's gleaming fortresses, Vanaheim is lush and green, a realm of rivers, fields, and abundant life. Long ago the Aesir and Vanir were at war, until they made peace through the exchange of hostages and gifts, uniting their powers. From this union came Njord, god of the sea, and his children Freyr and Freya, deities of harvest and love. Vanaheim seems to pulse with quiet power, as though every blade of grass is alive with magic. Another branch leads you toward Alfheim, the land of the light elves. This realm glows with a radiance so soft and pure it feels almost unreal, like moonlight dancing on water. The elves here are said to be more beautiful than the sun, luminous beings who inspire poets and dreamers, who bring blessings to crops and to lovers. Their laughter is like music, their movements quick as sunlight glinting through leaves. Directly below you lies Midgard, Earth, the world of humans. From this height, it looks small, fragile, a circle of green and blue surrounded by the vast ocean that wraps its edges. It is the center of the 9 realms, the middle enclosure, linked to Asgard by the Bifrost but separated from the other worlds by great voids. This is the place where human stories unfold, stories of love and war, of kings and farmers, of birth and death. The gods look down upon Midgard with both pride and sorrow, for they know that the fate of men and gods is intertwined. But Yggdrasil does not hold only bright and beautiful worlds. As you look further along its branches, you see the rough, craggy mountains of Jotunheim, land of the giants. Here the wind howls, and the peaks stab into gray skies like jagged spears. The frost giants dwell here, ancient and powerful, forever at odds with the gods. Yet they are not merely brutes, they are keepers of primeval wisdom, forces of nature who remind the Aesir of their limits. There is danger in Jotunheim, yes, but also secrets that even Odin covets. Another branch dips lower, leading into gloom. Here lies Svartalfheim, realm of the dark elves, where shadows twist and strange lights glimmer from underground caverns. Nearby is Nidhogg, the home of the dwarves, master smiths who forged the gods' greatest treasures. Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, Draupnir, Odin's golden ring, and Gungnir, the spear that never misses its mark. Their forges burn hot, their hammers ring endlessly, shaping wonders from the heart of the earth. And then deeper still you see Niflheim, a realm of frost and mist where nothing grows, where icy rivers flow sluggishly through a land of darkness. It is here that one of Yggdrasil's roots drinks from the well Hvergelmir, its waters cold as death. And beyond Niflheim lies Helheim, the shadowed land of the dead who did not die heroically in battle. It is a somber place ruled by Hel, daughter of Loki, whose half-living, half-dead form reflects the nature of her realm. Here, souls wander in silence, awaiting whatever fate lies beyond. All of this, the shining heights of Asgard, the fertile fields of Vanaheim, the laughing halls of Alfheim, the rugged peaks of Jotunheim, the shadowed depths of Helheim, all are connected, sustained, and held in place by Yggdrasil. It is not merely a backdrop but a living participant in this cosmic drama. When something of great importance happens, the tree feels it. Its branches shudder when a god dies, its leaves tremble when oaths are broken. And when Balder, the beloved god of light, was slain by a dart of mistletoe, it is said that Yggdrasil groaned as though mourning with the entire cosmos. But Yggdrasil is not invulnerable. The eagle watches, Ratatosk gossips, the Norns pour their waters, and yet the danger never ceases. Nidhogg and the serpent still gnaw. The gods know this. Every council they hold beneath the tree's branches is overshadowed by the knowledge that one day the tree will shake, the sky will split, and the 9 realms will be swept away in fire and flood. This is the fate foretold, Ragnarök, the doom of the gods. On that day Yggdrasil will shiver from root to crown. The bonds that hold the worlds together will break. Fenrir will burst free from his chains, his jaws gaping so wide they scrape heaven and earth. Jormungandr, the great serpent of Midgard, will rise from the sea, its thrashing tail causing waves to drown the shores. Loki will lead the giants and the dead into battle against the gods. The sky will burn, the earth will sink beneath the waves, and Yggdrasil itself will tremble, shedding its leaves like tears. And yet, this is not the end. The Norse understood something profound, that destruction is not final. From the ashes of Ragnarök, the world will be reborn. A new earth will rise from the sea, green and fresh. The sun's daughter will take her mother's place and light the heavens once more. Two humans, Lif and Lifthraiser, will have hidden themselves within Yggdrasil's branches, safe from the fire and flood, and from them a new generation of humanity will spring. Even some of the gods will return, stepping into this new dawn. And Yggdrasil, though shaken, will stand again, its roots drinking deep, its branches stretching toward the sky. This is the ultimate lesson of the world tree, that existence is a cycle. Growth, death, renewal, all bound together. Even in the darkest times, when chaos gnaws at the roots of our lives, there is always the promise of a new beginning. Yggdrasil holds all of it, the glory and the grief, the birth and the ending, the despair and the hope. You stand for a moment longer on the branch, gazing out over the 9 realms, feeling the wind of eternity on your face. Somewhere far below, you can still hear the faint sound of Nidhogg's gnawing. Somewhere above, the eagle stirs its wings. The tree is alive. The universe is alive. And for now at least it endures. Slowly you begin to climb back down, your hands once more brushing the living bark. When your feet touch the ground, the moss beneath you seems softer, warmer. The Norns glance in your direction, as though they know you have seen something rare. The well of Ord reflects the branches above, endless and green. The air is very still. And you realize that though you have descended, part of you remains up there, among the branches, looking down upon the 9 realms. Perhaps that is what the Norse felt every time they told this story, that they were reminding themselves that life is part of something much greater, that they are leaves upon a tree whose roots stretch into mystery and whose crown touches the stars. Yggdrasil still stands. Its roots are watered. Its branches are full. And though the day of Ragnarök will one day come, there will also come a day beyond it, a day of light when the tree will bloom again.